Greetings, and welcome back to the MCOC Encyclopedia. Red Guardian has just arrived as a 7-star, and so we will be taking him through basically every Mystic Defender that's worth talking about. Before we arrive at the Battlegrounds showcase, we should probably showcase him in Realm of Legends. The way I like to start playing Red Guardian is eat a heavy from the opponent to stun them and inflict your trauma, and then, well, just watch. We are currently 2 hits into this fight. That was a 164k heavy, and another one, and in just 5 hits, this Realm of Legends Juggernaut goes down. 17 seconds. Yes, we had full team synergy and so on and so forth in that fight, and so for the rest of this video, unless stated otherwise, every single fight will be a rank 3 Battlegrounds-esque fight with no support synergies. This is Red Guardian by himself, and he is absolutely disgusting. That was Mojo in 16 seconds. Now, yes, we are punching down a little bit, but it does not going to make that much difference. Luckily, the stun from breaking the shield is long enough that you can just throw 2 heavies if you're bad like me. But he is throwing 100k heavies when they crit, back to back. That's a 100% trauma he inflicts, and even when our crit RNG is a little bit rubbish, and we're just waiting for this Mangog to come in, there we go. Also, his block proficiency is excellent. Slightly passive Mangog, 22 seconds. Dragon Man, what do we have to worry about in this fight? Well, you've got to worry about me being a bad player, because I forgot to break my own shield. So there we go, we break the shield. We can resist the unblockable. 112k heavy, and we're going to do another one. That one didn't crit, which is slightly unfortunate. And here we go, we're going to bait that, and we're just going to go for some hits. When they crit 45k medium attacks right from the start of the fight, and a few more hits, and that Dragon Man goes down. 21 seconds. Now we've got Man-Thing. Now Man-Thing can resist our crits, kind of, which is slightly annoying, so we're going to really use our red damage in this fight. We are going to throw some heavies when we need to, because that refreshes the trauma. You can keep that trauma going the entire fight without issue. So we're just going to try and bait a heavy here, but we're really using that red damage to our advantage. The fact you have a 100% trauma for essentially the entire fight kind of just cuts the opponent's health pool in half, because all of your damage is just doubled. Go for our special 2, which is actually where Red Guardian gets a lot of his damage from. Like, the heavies aren't the big damage. It's just ridiculous. That was a 63k non-crit. So that would have been about 100k crit plus another 100k crit from the red damage against that Man-Thing. Just ridiculous. Now, Absorbing Man has a huge amount of physical resistance. You can see he's only doing 10k in the burst, but if we just bait one special, we can then deactivate it. So now he's got no physical resistance, and one more crit and he's only got a tiny bit of health left, so a couple more hits, and that's fight over. Absorbing Man in 22 seconds. Spider-Man Supreme. Did I mention Red Guardian is buff immune, which means we're never going to have to worry about missing against this guy. So 2 hits, stand-up intercept, just a ludicrous amount of damage. Trauma works through the block as well, and a couple more hits. Spider-Man Supreme in 12 seconds. 12. We are looking at 54,000 points against some of the toughest defenders Battlegrounds has to offer. Now, I might hear some people saying, yeah, but you're running recoil. That's not realistic for most Battlegrounds decks, and perhaps you're right. But look at our power bar right now. Remember I said that Red Guardian's big damage comes from the special 2. So if we weren't running recoil, you throw all of those heavies, you do a stupid amount of damage, and then you throw the special 2, which does even more stupid amount of damage, and you don't really need recoils. But this is sort of a maxed out showcase, so we're going to be using recoils. Start the fight off. Sasquatch. This is a 7-star rank 3-ish Sasquatch for Battlegrounds. Health pools, 450,000 health, and we can chunk off 100,000 damage just on any heavy if it crits. He's now into, remember Sasquatch has damage mitigation, so 4 charges is 20% damage mitigation. We actually had to see a special attack from this guy, and 1 special 2. So much overkill. Chavez, she's quite annoying. Nice little trick from Red Guardian is if you stun her with the heavy, which by the way took off 1/3 of her health, she doesn't gain her dimension. Don't know why, we take a couple of hits, but she doesn't. Red Guardian's block proficiency again is excellent, so we can block that, so we can throw another heavy, and one more, well, a couple of extra hits. And there we go. We didn't even need the special 2, the burst damage got her as well. Who have we got next? 18 seconds for Chavez. Destroyer, he's fairly annoying. He is also slow immune, which is a bit annoying, but does it matter when we can just do that? Half his health is now gone. That's 2 heavies and he's on 20% health. This is just obscene. Red Guardian's buff immune, so we never have to worry about the damage back. 13 seconds, 8 hits. Kindred. Now, Red Guardian does have a slow on his special 1. That gives him 25% combat power rate as well, unique to his slow, which is very, very nice. It's refreshable, like the trauma. So once you get to special 1, you can have slow up the entire fight. I think we fought a kindred there, I'm not quite sure. 11 seconds. 11. Dr. Doom's not out as a 7-star yet, but a 6-5A Dr. Doom would actually have less health than this. If we do see a Dr. Doom, we are critting even through his crit resistance, because Red Guardian gets extra critical rating from some source, I can't remember. And I think it's for every debuff on the opponent. That's why if you run in with Mr. Fantastic pre-fights, it's even more ridiculous. Doom down, 10 hits, 15 seconds. Up next, Ebony Maw. Ebony Maw has got his annoying miss thing, but given we can stun him and just knock him down like that, we don't have to worry about his miss now. And the miss takes much longer to come back whilst there's a non-damaging debuff on the opponent, which Red Guardian will basically always have. That was a 117k heavy attack, which is just... This is like shocker levels of heavy attack, and he just does it from the start of the fight. There's no ramp up, no nothing. Final defender is Enchantress. She is perhaps the queen of annoying Mystic defenders, but we're going to do basically the same thing if she would throw a heavy attack. There we go. Throw a heavy attack, throw our heavy attack. There is time, as long as they're not running Limbo, which most Battlegrounds defenders will be, which is why I'm not doing it in this video, to run in after the heavy attack. So you do heavy in the stun from the broken shield, then run in. Yes, but say most Battlegrounds defenders don't have that, so we're going to go for our special 2. I should have waited for the shield to come back to get more damage, but 111k. Remember, there would have been another 111k in burst damage. Now, some people might want to see him, wonder why have we not shown him in story content? Because I like to show champions in story content where they are very good. This is 8.4.2, so that's pretty deep into story content. There's a soul bar bonus. It's not doing anything because we're buff immune. And this is why we don't take him into story content. That was a 800k heavy attack. It's also where I got the thumbnail from, if anyone was wondering. So, there you have it. A quick look at the absolute obscenity that is rank 4 Red Guardian. I'm slightly miffed that he is locked behind a paywall for the moment. I would really like to get my hands on him in person. And I'm slightly annoyed as well that a lot of the Hearts of Fire champions that are coming soon are probably also going to be locked behind a paywall for at least some time. So I can't get my hands on them either. But that is a me problem. If you pick this guy up, let me know how you're finding him. Are you considering taking him to rank 4 now as well? If you have any questions, please leave them down below in the comments section, and consider joining the Discord server linked in the description. A great place to get specific advice, make suggestions for future video topics, and while I'm awake, I do my best to be there as much as possible. Thank you, and I will see you next time.